Samsaradava nalalita loka Taranaya karuna kana kana tum Saradava nalalita loka Taranaya karuna kana kana Praptasya kalana gunarnavasya Vande Guroshi Charanaravindaṁ Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Vaditra Madhyam Manasora Sena Prabhu Romanchakam Pashutaranga Bhajo Vande Guroshi Charanaravindaṁ Shivikrahara Dhananityanana Shingara Dhamantira Marjanado Yutasya Bhaktam Chaniyunjatopi Vande Guroshi Charanaravindaṁ Chaturvidhashi Bhagavat Prasada Swadvana Tripta Hari Bhakta Sangha Kritaiva Triptim Bhajatassadaiva Vande Guroshi Charanaravindaṁ Shiradhika Mahatavayorapara Madhurya Lila Gunarupa Namnam Madhavayorapara Pratishana Swadanalolupasya Vande Guroshi Charanaravindaṁ Tishana Nikunja Yuno Ratikeli Sitai Yayari Pyuktira Pishaniya Tatrati Dakshat Ativallabhasya Vande Guroshi Charanaravindaṁ Sashatharitena Samasta Shastre Utasthatha Bhaviteva Sadvihi Kintu Prabhoya Pyeva Tasya Vande Guroshi Charanaravindaṁ Yasya prasada bhagavat prasado Yasya prasadam nakati kutopi Sata Nagati Kuta Jayang Stuvam Stasya Yashasti Santhyam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Jayang Stuvam Stasya Yashasti Santhyam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Nityananda Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Nila Madha Radha Nila Madha Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Nila Madha Radha Nila Madha Shri Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Sudarshana. Jaya Sitaram, Jaya Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sitaram, Jaya Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nittai Gaura Hari Bolo Hari Bolo Hari Bolo Nittai Gaura Hari Bolo Jai Om Shinu Bhada Pramhamsa Pajika Acharya Shtota Shata Shishmatis Divine Grace Abharchana Rinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON BBTPI Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Shinu Bhada Pramhamsa Pajika Acharya Shtota Shata Shishmatis Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Premise Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinatha Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Navadvipa Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Shri Prashottama Chaitra Jagnapuri Dham Ki Jai Shri Ayodhya Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Harinama Sankirtana Ki Jai Nitai Gaura Premanande Samaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. All glories to the Sambho devotees. All glories to the Sambho devotees. All glories to the Sambho devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlada Lada Daine Hiranya Kashi Purvakshaha Shilatangkal nakalahai Ito nasimha parato nasimha Yato yato yami tato nasimha Yato yam tato nasimha Bahir Nasimha, Hidahe Nasimho. Narasimham Adim Sharanam Paprade. Tavakara Kamala Pare Nakam Abhuda Shinga. Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanabringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Akara Kamala Hare Nakam Abhuda Shingam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanavringam Shavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare जय जगदीश हरे केशवदीता नर हरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे नर हरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव नरसिंह देव जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव नरसिंहदेव स्वामी
कृष्ण प्रियासी नमो नमः राधा कृष्ण सेवा पावो ये अभिलाषी राधा कृष्ण सेवा पावो ये अभिलाषी जे तुम्हारा शरण लो तारा वांछ पूर्ण हो कृपा कोरी कोरो तारे वृंदावन वासी मोरा ये अभिलाष बिलास कुंजे दियो वास। नायाने हेरी बो सादा युगलरु परासी। ए निवेदन धरो साखीरानुगत करो सेवाधिकार दिए करो निज दासी। दीन कृष्ण दासे कहे न मोरा होय। श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा ये न भासी। श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा ये न भासी। नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी। नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण। यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणं पदे पदे। यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणं पदे पदे। यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणं पदे पदे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। जय तुलसी महारानी जय तुलसी महारानी जय तुलसी महारानी जय तुलसी महारानी। महारानी जय तुलसी महारानी जय जय वृंदा देवी जय वृंदा देवी जय वृंदा देवी जय वृंदा देवी नित्य गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौरा हरि बोल बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रतिदेवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः वृंदाय तुलसीदेवाय प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रतिदेवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः वृंदाय तुलसीदेवाय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रतिदेवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः श्रीमती वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय
Mercy upon him and make him a resident of Vrindavana. My dear, they also grant me residence in precious goes to Shiva and Davantam. Thus within my vision shall behold the beautiful person Radha and Krishna. I beg you to make me follow a Karho dance of the Virgin. Please give me the privilege devotional service and make me own maid servant. This very fallen and lowly servant of Krishna praise. May I always swim in the love Shri Radha and Govinda. Srimati Tulsi Maharani ki jai. There are 10 fences in the matter chant holy names should be avoided, and they are as follows. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who dedicate their life for propagating holy name the Lord. 2. To consider name the demigods, Lord Shiva or Brahma, to be equal to independent name Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Veda literature or literature pursuant the Vedic version. 5. To consider glorious chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to holy name the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on strength of chanting the holy name. 8. To consider chanting Hare Krishna with auspicious ritualistic activities, offering the Vedas fruity activities, karma, kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glorious holy name. 10. To not complete faith in chanting holy names, and to maintain material attachments in understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to Vaishnava must carefully regard these 10 offenses. In order to quickly achieve desired success, Krishna prema. Now let us offer most humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just as I trees who can fulfill to everyone, and are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Jeto darpana marjanam pavamahadavakni nirvapanam Shriya Gairava Chantrika Vitaranam Vidyavatu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pradipadam Purnamita Sadhanam Sarvatamasnapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namagari Bahudha Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatra pita niyamita smaranena kalaha etadishi tava kripa bhagavam mamapi durudevami disham iha janina nurakaha trinatapi sunijena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sada harihi na thanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye Mama Jammani Jammanishvare Pavata Bhaktir Haituki Tvai Ayinanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Ham Vishame Pavam Puda Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Stita Duri Sateshan Yamachintaya Nayanam Galadashuru Tharaya Vadanam Gata Rudaya Gira Pulakai Nichitam Vapurkada Tava Nama Krahane Pavishati Yuga itam nimishena chakshusha pravisha itam shunya itam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me ashrisha vapadaratam pinnashtumam hadarshanam marmahatam karotu va yatha tatha va vidathatu lampato matprana nathastu sa eva naparaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam Ki Jai. Glory to the Shri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is prime benediction for humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which you are always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone grants all benediction to human beings. Thus you have hundreds of millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out kindness enables us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in humble state of mind, think oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tall than the tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to commit wealth, nor to desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Sahamarjananda Krishna, I am eternal servitor, yet somehow I fall in the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me at one of the Adam's and lotus feet. O my Lord, will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constant when I chant your holy name? Will my voice choke up, or hairs my body stand end recitation of your name? O Govinda, feeling of separation, I'm concerned moment to be like a great millennium. Tears are flowing from eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipable Lord, unconditionally. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam Ki Jai. Shri Mangalacharna prayers Ki Jai. Om Jnana Timirandasya Yananjana Shalakaya Chakshum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragnatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pachadesha Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Satanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Varshabhanivi Devi Dayitaya Kripaptaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayine Prabhavin Namaha Madhuryo Jala Premadaya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktita Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruta Pasitanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipalambara Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravir Bhava Bhumistvam Nirtishta Sajana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarabhauma Shri Jaganathaya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Bhavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishin Namaha Pancha Tattvatam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakham Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Sratoro Pango Mamamanda Materkati Masarva Swapadam Bojo Radha Madana Mohano Divya Divindadanya Kalpadumada Shimadra Nagara Singhasanasto Shrimad Radha Shila Govinda Devo Pishtari Bi Sevyamano Smarami Shriman Rasa Rasarampi Vamshivata Tatastitaha Karsham Venu Soner Gopir Gopinata Shiyestunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Panamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Dadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srimad Grachanam Preski Jai Shri Brahma Samhita Ki Jai Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Chintamani Parakara Satmasu Kapaviksha Laksha Riteshu Surabhi Rabi Palayantam Lakshmi Sahasa Shatasam Parmasevyamanam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Venum Kavanantam Aravinda Telaya Daksham Parhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kantarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Alola Chantaka Rasa Vadamara Vamshi Ranang Gadam Panayakeri Kalavilasam Shamam Tripanga Lalitam Yatapakasham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Vrittimanti Pashanti Panti Kalayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chimmaya Sadujula Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Advaitam Achotam Anadi Mananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durabam Adurabam Atma Bhakta Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Pantastu Koti Shatavasara Sampragamyo Vayuratapi Manaso Munipangavanan Sopyasti Yapapata Simya Vichinta Tatve Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Ekopya Sarachayitum Chakatanta Kotim Yachakti Rasti Chakatanta Chayaya Dantaha Antantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Yad Bhava Bhavitatiyo Manujastateva Samprapya Rupa Mahimasana Yana Pushaha Suktayam Eva Nigama Patitai Stuvanti Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Ananda Chimme Rasa Padibhavitapis Tapir Eva Jarupa Tayakalapihi Goloka Eva Nivasatya Kilatma Bhuto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Premanjana Churuta Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadeva Hidayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundam Achintya Guna Swarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Ramadi Murtishu Kalani Yamena Tishtan Nana Vatara Makaro Puvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramapumang Yo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, the Supreme Godhead, he has an eternal, blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin and the prime cause of all causes. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending the cows, yielding all desire, in a boat built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purple trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head decked with peacock's feather, with a figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, around whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers, beautified with a moon locket, whose 2 hands are adorned with a flute and jeweled ornaments, who always revels in pastimes of love, whose graceful threefold bending forms of Shama Sundar is eternally manifest.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is so full of the mass dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of the transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs, and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but obtainable by pure unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning, and the eternal Purusha, yet he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, only the tip of the toe of whose lotus feet is approached by the yogis who aspire after the transcendental and betake themselves to pranayama by drilling the respiration, or by the jnanis who try to find out the non-differentiated Brahman by the process of elimination of the mundane extending over thousands of millions of years.
He is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In his work of creation millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. All the universes exist in him, and he is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe at one and the same time. Such is the primeval Lord, whom I adore.
Adore the same Govinda, the primeval Lord, in whose praise men who are imbued with devotion sing the mantra suktas told by the Vedas, by gaining their appropriate beauty, greatness, thrones, conveyances, and ornaments.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, residing in his own realm, Goloka, with Radha, resembling his own spiritual figure, the embodiment of the ecstatic potency, possessed of the 64 artistic activities, in the company of her confidants, Sakhis, embodiments of the extension of her bodily form, permeated and vitalized by his ever blissful spiritual rasa.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Shamasundara Krishna himself with inconceivable innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts with the eye of devotion tinged with the salve of love.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who manifests himself personally as Krishna and the different avatars in the world in the forms of Rama, Nrsimha, Vamana, etc. as his subjective portions. Shri Brahma Samhita ki jai.
Bhagavad Gita 7.1 purport. Shrunvatam swakata Krishna punyasravana kirtanaha hridayanta histohi abhadrani vidinoti suhratsatam nasta prayesva abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki tada rajastamo bhava kama lobhasdayaschaye cheta eter anavidam sitam sattve prasidati evam prasannam Karmani drishta evatmanishware. To hear about Krishna from Vedic literatures or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita is itself righteous activity. And for one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. In this way, a devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. As he hears more about Krishna from the Bhagavatam and from the devotees, he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. By development of devotional service, one becomes freed from the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus material lust and avarice are diminished. When these impurities are wiped away, the candidate remains steady in his position of pure goodness. Becomes enlivened by devotional service and understands the science of God perfectly. Thus, Bhakti Yoga severs the hard knot of material affection and enables one to come at once to the stage of Hasam Sayam Samagram. Understanding of the Supreme Absolute Truth Personality Godhead, Bhagavatam 1.2.17 to 21. Therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotee in Krishna consciousness can one understand the science of Krishna. Hare Krishna. We'll continue reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 23, Text 16. Upari Vinyasta नीलायेषु पृथक् पृथक् क्षिपतै काशीपुभि कान्तं पर्यांका व्यजनासनै upari upon one upon another, vinyasta placed, nilayeshu in stories, pratak separately, kshiptai arranged, kasipubihi with beds, kantam charming, paryanka couches, vyajana fans, asanai with seats. Translation. The palace looked charming with beds, couches, fans, and seats, all separately arranged in 7 stories. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. It is understood from this verse that the castle had many stories. The words Upari Vinashyasta indicate that skyscrapers are not newly invented. Even in those days, millions of years ago, the idea of building many storied houses was current. They contained not merely 1 or 2 rooms, but many different apartments, and each was completely decorated with cushions, bedsteads, sitting places, and carpets. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 23, Text 17. Tatra vinikshipta nana silopasobhitam mahamarakata stalya justam vidruma vedibihi. Tatra here and there, vinikshipta placed, nana various silpa by artistic engravings, upasobhitam extraordinarily beautiful, mahamarakata of great emeralds, stalya with a floor, justam furnished, vidruma of coral, vedibihi with raised platforms, daises. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Its beauty was enhanced by artistic engravings here and there on the walls. The floor was of emerald with coral daises. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. At the present moment, people are very proud of their architectural art. Yet colors are generally decorated with colored cement. It appears, however, that the castle constructed by the yogic powers of Kardama Muni had floors of emerald with coral digest. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 23, Text 18. Dvashu vidruma dehalya bhatam vajra kapatavat sikaresva indranileshu hema kuber adishritam. Dvashu in the entrances, vidruma of coral, dehalya with a threshold, bhatam beautiful, vajra bedecked by diamonds, kapatavat having doors, sikareshu on the domes, indranileshu of sapphires, hema kumbhai with gold pinnacles, adhisritam crown. Translated by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The palace was very beautiful with its coral thresholds at the entrances and its doors bedecked with diamonds. Gold pinnacles crowned its dome of sapphire. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 23, Text 19. Chakshumat padaragrayair vajrabhitishu nirmithai justam vichitra vatanair maharher hematoranai. Chakshutmat, as if possessed of eyes. Padmaraga, with rubies. Agrai, choicest, vajra of diamond, bittisu on the walls, nirmita is set, justam furnished, vichitra various, vaitanai with canopies, maharhai greatly valuable, hematoranai with gates of gold. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. With the choicest rubies set in its diamond walls, it appeared as though possessed of eyes. It was furnished with wonderful canopies and greatly valuable gates of gold. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Artistic jewelry and decorations giving the appearance of eyes are not imaginary. Even in recent times, the Mughal emperors constructed their palaces with decorations of jeweled birds with eyes made of valuable stones. The stones have been taken away by the authorities, but the decorations are still present in some of the castles constructed by the Mughal emperors in New Delhi. The royal palaces were built with jewels and rare stones resembling eyes, and Thursday at night they would give off reflective light without need of lamps. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 23, Text 20. Hamsa Paravata Vratais Tatra Tatra Nikojitam Kritriman Manyamanai Swan Adiruhya Cha. Hamsa of swans, Paravata of pigeons, Vratai with multitudes, Tatra Tatra here and there, Nikujitam vibrated, Kritiman artificial, Manyamanai thinking, swan belonging to their own kind, Adhiruya, Adiruya, rising repeatedly, Cha and translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Here and there in that palace were multitudes of live swans and pigeons as well as artificial swans and pigeons so lifelike that the real swans rose above them again and again, thinking them live birds like themselves. Thus the palace vibrated with sounds of these birds. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 23, Text 21. Vihara Sthana Visrama Samvesa Pragana Narajai Jirai Yatopaso Pajosam Rachitair Vismapanam Ivatmanaha Viharasthana pleasure grounds, Vishrama resting chambers, Samvesa bedrooms, Prangana inner yards, Ajirai with outer yards, Yatha Upajosam according to comfort, Rachitai which were designed, Vismapanam causing astonishment, Iva indeed, Atmanaha to himself, Kardama translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The castle had pleasure grounds, resting chambers, bedrooms, and inner and outer yards designed with an eye to comfort. All this caused astonishment to the sage himself, purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Kardama Muni, being a saintly person, was living in a humble hermitage. But when he saw the palace constructed by his yogic powers, which was full of resting rooms, rooms for sex enjoyment, and inner and outer yards, he himself was astonished. That is the way of a God-gifted person. A devotee like Kardamuni exhibited such opulence by his yogic power at the request of his wife, but when the opulence was produced, he himself could not understand how such manifestations could be possible. When a yogi's power is exhibited, the yogi himself is sometimes astonished. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 23, Text 22. Idrigraham tattapasyantim nati pritena chetasa sarvabhuta saya bijna pravachot pravachot swayam. Idrik such, graham house, that pashyantim looking at, na atipritena not much pleased, chetasa with a heart, sarvabhuta of everyone, asaya abhijna understanding the heart, pravachot he addressed, kardama swayam personally translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. When he saw Devahuti looking at the gigantic opulent palace with a displeased heart, Kardama Muni could understand her feelings because he could study the heart of anyone. Thus he personally addressed his wife as follows. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Devahuti had spent a long time in the hermitage, not taking much care of her body. She was covered with dirt and her clothing was not very nice. Kardama Muni was surprised that he could produce such a palace, and similarly his wife Devahuti was also astonished. How could she live in that opulent place? Kardama Muni could understand her astonishment, thus he spoke as follows. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 23, Text 23. Nimajasmin Hruday Bhiru Vimanam Idam Aruha Idam Sukla Krutam Tirdam Asisam Yapakam Nrinam. Nimajya after bathing, Asmin in this, Hriday in the lake, Bhiru O fearful one, Vimanam airplane, Idam this, Aruha ascent, Idam this, Suklakritam created by Lord Vishnu, Tirdam sacred lake, Asisam the desires, Yapakam bestowing, Nrunam of human beings. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear Devahuti, you look very much afraid. First bathe in Lake Bindu Sarovara created by Lord Vishnu himself. which can grant all the desires of a human being, and then mount this airplane. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It is still the system to go to places of pilgrimage and take a bath in the water there. In Vrindavana, the people take baths in the river Yamuna. In other places such as Prayaga, they take baths in the river Ganges. The words Tirtham, Asisham, Yapakam refer to the fulfillment of desires by bathing in a place of pilgrimage. Kardama Muni advised his good wife to bathe in Lake Bindu Sarovara so that she could revive the former beauty and luster of her body.
Text 24, Canto 3, Chapter 23. Satad Bhartur Samadaya Vacha Kuvalayekshana Sarajam Bibrati Vaso Veni Bhutam Shamurdajan. Sa, she, Tat, then, Bhartu, of her husband, Samadaya, accepting, Vacha, the words, Kuvalaya Ikshana, the lotus side, Sarajam, dirty, Bibrati, wearing, Vasaha, clothing, Veni Bhutan, matted, Cha, and Murdajan, hair. Translation. The lotus eyed Devahuti accepted the order of her husband because of her dirty dress and the locks of matted hair on her head. She did not look very attractive. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. It appears that Devahuti's hair had remained uncombed for many years and had become complicated in tangles. In other words, she neglected her bodily dress and comforts to engage in the service of her husband.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 23, Text 25. Angam cha mala pankena sanchanam sabalastanam avivesha sarvasvathaitya sarashiva jalasayam. Angam, body, cha, and malapankena, with dirt, sanchanam, covered, sabala, discolored, stanam, breast, avivesha, she entered, Saraswatya, of the river Saraswati, Sara, the lake, Shiva, sacred, Jala, waters, Asayam, containing. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Her body was coated with a thick layer of dirt, and her breasts were discolored. She dove, however, into the lake which contained the sacred waters of the Saraswati.
Text 26, Canto 3, Chapter 23. Santah Sarasi Vishmasta Shetani Dasakanyakaha Sarva Kishora Vayaso Tadarshotpala Gandayaha. Sa, she, Antaha, inside, Sarasi, in the lake, Vishmasta, situated in a house, Shetani Dasa, 1000, Kanyakaha, girls, Sarvaha, all, Kishora Vayasaha, in the prime of youth, Tadarsha, Sisa, Utpala, like lotuses, Gandayaha, fragrant. Translation. In a house inside the lake, she saw 1000 girls, all in the prime of youth and fragrant like lotuses.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 23, Text 27. Tam drishtva sahasotaya prochu pranjalaya striya vayam karma karistubhyam sadina karavamakim. Tam, here, drishtva, seeing, sahasa, suddenly, uttaya, raising, prochu, they said, pranjalayaha, with folded hands, striya, the damsels, vayam, we, karma karim, maid servants, subhyam, for you, sadi, please tell, naha, us, karavama, we can do, kim, what? Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Seeing her, the damsel suddenly rose and said with folded hands, we are your maid servants, tell us what we can do for you. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. While Devahuti was thinking of what to do in that great place in her dirty clothes, there were at once, by the yogic powers of Kardama Muni, 1000 maid servants prepared to serve her. They appeared before Devahuti within the water and presented themselves as her maid servants, simply awaiting her orders.
Text 28. Snani natam maharhena स्नपयित्वा मनीष्विनीं दुकूले निर्मले नूत्ने दधुरश्यै च मानदाः. Snanena with bathing oils, tam her maharhena very costly. Snapayitva after bathing, Manashvinam the virtuous wife, Dukule in fine cloth, Nirmale spotless, Nutne new, Dadu they gave, Asyai to her, Cha and Manada the respectful girls. Translation: the girls, being very respectful to Devahuti, brought her forth, and after bathing her with valuable oils and ointments, they gave her fine, new, spotless clothes to cover her body.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 23, Text 29. Bhushanani paradhyani variyam siddhumanti cha annam sarva gunopetam panam chaivar atsavam chaivam trasratsam chaivamrita savam. Bhushanani ornaments, para ardhyani most valuable, variyamsi very excellent, dyumanti splendid, cha and annam food, sarvaguna all good qualities, upetam containing, panam beverages, cha and eva also, amrita sweet, asavam intoxicating. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. They then decorated her with very excellent and valuable jewels, which shone brightly. Next, they offered her food containing all good qualities and a sweet, inebriating drink called asavam. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Asavam is an Ayurvedic medical preparation. It is not a liquor. It is especially made from drugs and is meant to improve metabolism for the healthy condition of the body.
Text 30, Canto 3, Chapter 23. Atadarshye svamatmanam Shragvinam virajambaram virajam kruta swastyayanam kanya bir bahumanitam. Ata then Adarshe in a mirror, Swamatmanam her own reflection, Shrakvinam adorned with a garland, Viraja unsullied, Ambaram robes, Virajam freed from all bodily dirt, Krut Swasti Ayanam decorated with auspicious marks, Kanyabi by the maids, Bahumanitam very respectfully served. Translation: then in a mirror she beheld her own reflection. Her body was completely free from all dirt, and she was adorned with a garland, dressed in unsullied robes, and decorated with the auspicious marks of tilaka. She was served very respectfully by the maids. Text 31. Snatam kruta shira snanam sarva bharana bhushitam nishkagrivam valainam khujat kanchana nupuram. Snatam bathed, kruta shiraha including the head, snanam bathing, sarva all over, abharana with ornaments, bhushitam decorated, nishka a golden necklace with a locket, grivam on the neck, valainam with bangles, kuja tinkling, kanchana made of gold, nupuram ankle bells. Translation: her body, including her head, was completely bathed, and she was decorated all over with ornaments. You can read purport. She wore a special necklace with a locket. There were bangles on her wrists and tinkling anklets of gold about her ankles. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You want to read?
The word Krita Shira Snam appears here according to the Sumati Sastra instructions for daily duties. directions for daily duties. Ladies are allowed to bath daily up to the neck. The hair on the head does not necessarily have to be washed daily because the mass of wet hair may cause a cold for ladies. Therefore, taking a bath up to the neck of ordinarily prescribed, and they take a full bath only on kirtan. On certain occasions, on this occasion, the devotee took a full bath and washed her hair very nicely. When a lady takes an ordinary bath, it is called Malasnana, and when she takes a full bath, including the head, it is called Shri Snana. At this time, she needs sufficient oil to smear on her head. That is the direction of the commentators of Smrita Sanstha.
Text 32. Shrunuyoradyastaya kanchaya bahuratnaya harina cha maharhina ruchakena cha bhushitam. Shrunyo on the hips, adyasya worn, kancha with a girdle, kanchaya made of gold, bahuratnaya decorated with numerous jewels, harina with a pearl necklace, cha and maha arhina precious, ruchakina with auspicious substances, cha and bhushitam adorned. Translation. About her hips she wore a girdle of gold, set with numerous jewels, and she was further adorned with a precious pearl necklace and auspicious substances. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Auspicious substances include a saffron, kunkuma, and sandalwood pulp. Before taking a bath, there are other auspicious substances such as turmeric mixed with mustard seed oil, which are smeared all over the body. All kinds of auspicious substances were used to bathe Devahuti from top to toe. Text 33. Sudata Subruva Shlakshna Snigdha Pangena Chakshusa Padmakosha Sprudha Nilair Alakaischa Lasan Mukam. Sudata with beautiful teeth, Subruva with charming eyebrows, Slakshna lovely, Snigdha moist, Apangena corners of eyes, Chakshusa with eyes, Padmakosha lotus birds, Sprudha defeating, Nilai bluish, Alakai with curling hair, Cha and Lasat shining, Mukam countenance. Translation. Her countenance shone with beautiful teeth and charming eyebrows. Her eyes, distinguished by lovely moist corners, defeated the beauty of lotus birds. Her face was surrounded by dark curling tresses. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. According to Vedic literature, white teeth are very much appreciated. Devahuti's white teeth increased the beauty of her face and made it look like a lotus flower. When a face looks very attractive, the eyes are generally compared to lotus petals and the face to the lotus flower. Text 34. Yada sashmara rishabam rishinam daitam patim tatra chaste sahastribir yatrastre sa prajapati. Yada when Sashmara she thought of Rishabam, the foremost Rishidam among the Rishi, Daitam, dear, Patim, husband, Tatra, there, Cha and Asta, she was present, Saha along with Stribihi, the maidservant, Yatra, where Asta was present, Sahi, Prajapati, the Prajapati Kardama. Translation. When she thought of her husband, the best of the sages, Kardama Muni, who was very dear to her, she, along with all the maidservants, at once appeared where he was. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
It appears from the verse that in the beginning devotee thought herself to be dirty and dressed in a very niggardly way. When her husband asked her to enter the lake, she saw the maidservant and they took care of her. Everything was done within the water, and as soon as she thought of her beloved husband, Kardama, she was brought before him without delay. These are some of the powers attained by perfect yogis. They can immediately execute anything they desire. No, look at the time. No, look at the time. No, look at the time. No, look at the time.
It's not 17.
It's not 17. I'm going.
Text 35. Bhartu purastadatmanam Stri sahasravrutam tada Nishamya tadyoga gatim Shamshayam pratyapadyata. Bhartu of her husband, Purastat in the presence, Atmanam herself, Stri Sahasra by 1,000 maids, Vrutam surrounded, Tada then Nisamya seeing, Tat his Yoga Gatim, yogic power, Samsayam Pratyapadyata, she was amazed. Translation. She was amazed to find herself surrounded by 1,000 maids in the presence of her husband and to witness his yogic power. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Devahuti saw everything miraculously done. Yet when brought before her husband, she could understand that it was all due to his great yogic mystic power. She understood that nothing was impossible for a yogi like Kardama Muni. Text 36 to 37. Satam kruta malasnanam Vibrajanti mapurvavata Atmano vibratim rupam Samvitaruchi रस्तनीं विद्याधरी सहस्रेण सेव्यमानं सुवाससं जातभावो विमानं तद् आरोहयत् अमित्रभान् सा the sage tam her devahuti krutamalasnanam bathed clean vibrajantim shining forth apurvavat unprecedentedly atmanam her own bibratim possessing rupam beauty samvita girded ruchira charming sthanim with breast vidyadari of gandharva girls sahasrena by 1,000 Sevyamanam being waited upon, Suvasasam dressed in excellent robes, Jatabhava struck with fondness, Vimanam airplanes, like a mansion, that Arohayat he put her on board, Amitrahan, O destroyer of the enemy. Translation. The sage could see that Devahuti had washed herself clean and was shining forth as though no longer his former wife. She had regained her original beauty as the daughter of a prince. Dressed in excellent robes, her charming breast duly girded, she was waited upon by 1,000 Gandharva girls. O destroyer of the enemy, his fondness for her grew, and he placed her on the aerial mansion. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Before her marriage, when Devahuti was brought by her parents before the sage Kardama, she was perfectly beautiful princess, and Kardama Muni remembered her former beauty. But after her marriage, when she was engaged in the service of Kardama Muni, she neglected to care for her body like a princess, since there was no means for such care. Her husband was living in a cottage, and since she was always engaged in serving him, her royal beauty disappeared, and she became just like an ordinary maid servant. Now, after being bathed by the Gandharva girls, by the order of Kardama Muni's yogic power, she regained her beauty, and Kardama Muni felt attracted to the beauty she had shown before the marriage. The royal beauty of a young woman is her breast. When Kardama Muni saw the breast of his wife so nicely decorated, increasing her beauty many times, he was attracted, even though he was a great sage. Sripada Sankaracharya has therefore warned the transcendentalist that one who is after transcendental realization should not be attracted by the raised breasts of a woman, because they are nothing but an interaction of fat and blood within the body. Text 38. तस्मिन्नलुप्ता महिमा प्रियायनुरक्तो विद्याधरिभिः उपचीर्णवपुर्विमाने बभ्राजवुत्काच कुमुद्गणवान् अपि तराभिरावृत इवोदुपतिर्नभस्ता. Tasmin in that Alupta, not lost Mahima glory, Priyaya with his beloved consort, Anuraktaha touched, Vidya Daribi by the Gandharva girls, Upachirna waited upon, Vapo his person, Vimani on the airplane, Babraja he shone, Utkacha open, Kumut Ganavan, the moon which is followed by rows of lilies. Apichaha very charming, Tharabi by stars, Avrata surrounded, Iva eyes, Udupati the moon, the chief of the stars, Nabhasta in the sky. Translation. Though seemingly attached to his beloved consort, while served by the Gandharva girls, the sage did not lose his glory, which was mastery over his self. In the aerial mansion of Kardama Muni, with his consort shone as charmingly as the moon in the midst of the stars in the sky, which causes rows of lilies to open in ponds at night. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The mansion was in the sky, and therefore the comparison to the full moon and stars is very beautifully composed in this verse. Kardama Muni looked like the full moon, and the girls who surrounded his wife Devahuti seemed just like the stars. On a full moon night, the stars and the moon together form a beautiful constellation. Similarly, in that aerial mansion in the sky, Kardama Muni with his beautiful wife and the damsels surrounding them appeared like the moon and stars on a full moon night. Text 39. तेनस्तलोकपविहारकुलाचलेन्द्र द्रोणीषु अनङ्गशक मारुत चौभागाशु सिद्धैर्मृतो द्युदूनि पातशिवश्वनाशु चिरेमे चिरं दन धवल्ललानवारुति. Tena, by that airplane, Asta Lokapa, of the predominating deities of the 8 heavenly planets, Vihara, the pleasure grounds, Kula Achala Indra, of the king of the mountains, Meru, Dronishu in the valleys, Ananga of passion, Saka, the companions, Maruta with bridges, Saubha Gashu, beautiful, Siddhai, by the Siddhas, Nutaha, being praised, Judumi, of the Ganges, Pata, of the downfall, Shiva Shwanashu, vibrating with auspicious sounds, Reme he enjoyed, Chiram, for a long time, Dhanadavat, like Kuvera, Lalana, by damsels, Varuti, surrounded. Translation? You want to read the translation? Come.
In that angel mansion, he traveled to the pleasure village of Mount Maru, which were rendered all the more beautiful by cool, gentle, fragrant breezes that stimulated passion in these valleys. The treasure of the gods covers surrounded by beautiful women and praised by the sadist, because generally enjoys pleasure. Hardma Muni, also surrounded by the beautiful damsels, and his wife went there and enjoyed for many years.
Purport is by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Do you want to read that?
No.
Kuvera is one of the 8 demigods who are in charge of different directions of the universe. It is said that Indra is in charge of the eastern side of the universe, where the heavenly planet or paradise is situated. Similarly, Agni is in charge of southeastern portion of the universe. Yama, the demigod who punishes sinners, is in charge of the southern portion. Niritti is in charge of the southwestern part of the universe. Varuna, the demigod in charge of the waters, is in charge of the western portion. Vayu, who controls the air, who has wings to travel in the air, is in charge of the northwestern part of the universe. The Kuvera and the treasure of the demigods is in charge of the northern part of the universe. All these demigods takes pleasure in the valleys of Mount Meru, which is situated somewhere between the sun and the earth. In the aerial mansion, Kardama Muni traveled throughout the eight directions controlled by the different demigods described above. And as the demigods go to Mount Meru, he also went there to enjoy life. When one is surrounded by young, beautiful girls, sex stimulation naturally becomes prominent. Kardama Muni was sexually stimulated, and he enjoyed his wife for many years in that part of Mount Meru. But his sex indulgence was praised by many siddhas, beings who have attained perfection, because it was intended to produce good progeny for the good of universal affairs. Text 40.
Test 40. Test 40.
वैश्राम्बके सुरसने नन्दने पुष्पभद्रके मानसे चैत्ररत्ये च स रेमे रामया रताः. Vaishrambake in the Vaishrambaka garden, Surasane in Surasana, Nandane in Nandana, Pushpa Bhadrake in Pushpa Bhadraka, Manase by the Manasa Sarovar lake, Chaitra Radhye in Chaitra Radhya, Cha and Sahi Reme enjoyed, Ramaya by his wife, Radha satisfied. Translation: satisfied by his wife, he enjoyed in that aerial mansion not only on Mount Meru but different gardens known as Vaishrambaka, Surasana, Nandana, Pushpabhadraka, and Chaitrarataya, and by the Manasa Sarovar lake. Text 41. Brajishnuna vimanena kamagina mahiyasa वैमानिकन् अत्यसेता शेता चरल्लोकान् यथा नीलाः. Brajishnuna, splendid, Vimanena, with the airplane, Kamagena, which flew according to his desire, Mahiyasha, very great, Vaimanikan, the demigods in the airplanes, Atyasita, he surpassed, Charan, traveling, Lokan, through the planets, Yada, like Anilaha, the air. Translation: he traveled in that way through various planets as the air passes uncontrolled in every direction. Coursing through the air in that great and splendid aerial mansion, which could fly at his will, he surpassed even the demigods. No, please. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Do you want to read purport?
Okay, so the plans called by the demigods are restrict of their own, but Karma Muni, by his yoga power, could travel all over the different directions of the universe without restriction. The living entities who are within the universe are called conditioned souls. That is, they are not free to move anywhere. We are inhabitants of his eternally empty globe, which cannot move freely. So far to other planets in the modern age, man is trying to go to other planets, but so far he has been universal unsuccessful. It is not possible to travel to any other planet because by the laws of nature Even the demigods can move from one planet to another, but Kardama Muni, by his yogic power, could surpass the strength of the demigod and travel in space in all directions. The comparison here is very suitable. Travelers Yuta and Lila indicate that as the air is free to move anywhere without restriction, so Kardam Muni restrictedly traveled in all directions of the universe.
Text 42.
Only 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
We can. Kim durapadanam tesham pumsam uddama chetasam yairashita padas charano vyasana teyaha. Kim what? Durapadanam, difficult to achieve. Tesham, for those. Pumsam, men. Uddama chetasam, who are determined. Yai, by whom. Ashrita, taken refugee. Tirthapada, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Charana, feet. Vyasana atyaya, which vanquish dangers. Translation: what is difficult to achieve for determined men who have taken refuge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lotus feet? His feet are the source of sacred rivers like the Ganges, which put an end to the dangers of mundane life. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The words Air, Ashritas, Tirthapadas, Charana are significant here. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is known as Tirthapada. Yair Ashritas Tirthapadas Charana. The Ganges is called sacred river because it emanates from the toes of Vishnu. The Ganges is meant to eradicate all the material distresses of the conditioned soul. For any living entity, therefore, who has taken shelter of the holy lotus feet of the Lord, nothing is impossible. Kardama Muni is special not because he was a great mystic, but because he was a great devotee. Therefore, it is said here that for a great devotee like Kardama Muni, nothing is impossible. Although yogis can perform wonderful feats as Kardama has already displayed, Kardama was more than a yogi because he was a great devotee of the Lord. Therefore, he was more glorious than an ordinary yogi. As it is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, out of many yogis, he who is a devotee of the Lord is a first class. For a person like Kardama Muni, there is no question of being conditioned. He was already a liberated soul and better than the demigods, who were also conditioned. Although he was enjoying with his wife and many other women, he was above material conditioned life. Therefore, the word Vyasa Natyayaha is used to indicate that he was beyond the position of a conditioned soul. He was transcendental to all material limitations. Okay, today we read up to Canto 3, Chapter 23, Text 42. We will continue reading tomorrow. Gandhara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Continue to Guru Puja. Hare Krishna.